This is my first impression of the Sanwei Q10C pistol grip blade. I'm giving these thoughts from the impression of someone who has played pinhold for over 17 years. Now, the idea behind the pistol grip is that it's supposed to be ergonomically a natural fit for the hand with the head of the racket down. Shakehanders are taught to bend the wrist down. Pinholders already have the head of the racket down extended, but oftentimes suffer from the more unnatural backhand compared to shakehands. So is this the best of both worlds? I was curious to find out. Now, here to get an idea here is a shakehand player, a junior player, and right now I'm just to give you a baseline of like what my pinhold is like. I'm just blocking here, and he's doing some counter driving. So now time for the experiment. I wanted to see what someone who is a shakehander thought of this blade, and then I will give my thoughts as someone who has a pinholder. Here I'm explaining that the idea of the pinhold of the pistol grip is that the head is already down, and this is his very first hits with it. I noticed right away that it was a really natural transition for him, and I remember him saying he actually likes how it felt on the forehand. So his first loops ever with it, and no problem. Felt just like when he plays regular shakehand.
I can't handle that. Very good. Sorry.
Nice spinny backhand there. Overall, he liked the forehand. The backhand, he later said he felt like it was a little bit more stiff for him because when you bend the head of the racket down for a normal shakehand blade, he just felt like he could rotate it better compared to this. Interestingly enough, when I test it later, I find kind of the exact opposite. I find the backhand very flexible and very easy to spin up. Forehands is where I struggle. And here's I switched from pinhold. Now I got the blade in my hand here. So these are my very first hits with the pistol grip. Counter driving, actually, which is what I'm doing there, felt actually normal. But this is trying to spin it up a little bit more on the shakehand, and they just felt awkward. I couldn't figure out what to do with my wrist. Coming from pinhold, that was as an adjustment. It's definitely different from a pinholder's perspective. I think one of my kind of lasting impressions after this very first night with the blade is that it felt more closely reminded me of shakehand than it did pinhold. Yes, the head of the racket is down, but the angle of the blade is shaped the same way a shakehand is. That would have been a nice backhand if I was trying to hit it down the line there. I missed my shot. Very first match ever with the pistol grip, and it was rough. There was a forehand I felt like I would have normally hit. The awkward feeling, just trying to get past that. One of the things I did like about was opening up on forehands like flips or bending the wrist back to hit the down the line shot versus always going cross court on attacks. Felt good. But this first match, it was a lot of awkward for me. Like I said, blocking right there does feel easy. But this opponent defeated me rather easily, no problem. Not really a shocker, given it was my first match ever with him, with the pistol grip. At this point, the match is already kind of decided, so we're just kind of having a little fun here. But we kept going, trying to figure it out. Next match, that was a little flip there. I felt like I normally hit, but just missed that one. Still don't have the feel for the forehand loop yet. Blocking, very easy. Big forehand on his part there, nicely done. Here I was starting to feel a little frustration, just felt uncomfortable, so I just tried to dial it back a little bit and just keep the ball on the table. When you're first kind of learning, you can't go for stuff too big. Just like normally it would have been nice I would have looped there, but I just kind of played a simple block and got the point. Not a bad flip and block or counter there for me. The forehand flip there, very easy. Here's like one later in the night, I actually hit a loop that felt okay. I think my biggest takeaway from night one was the backhands felt easy. felt natural. The forehand just, it felt off. I was trying to, and I slowed down the video later on, but I think I finally figured it out. This is a few days later, and I'm hitting pinhold here with a buddy of mine just to kind of compare so we can see the differences. The real big takeaway that I have is coming over the top of the ball with pinhold, you use a lot of finger placement that I never even think about. Like right here. See how the paddle is angled on that follow through? How it's come over the ball? I do that all with finger placement, and I don't even think about it. Well, with the pistol grip, you have to use your wrist to kind of control the angle, and so that coming over the ball feeling just feels unnatural for me, being used to pinhold. Here I'm on the pistol grip paddle, and first couple loops of the day they just felt awkward, but I did start to feel it out eventually. Just have to get used to the coming over the ball feeling that just not used to. If I could get used to that, I don't think it would take too long to be playing at the same level that I do with pinhold. This is all relative and different from user to user. But like, those are alright. Starting to spin it up a little bit. And just getting the feel for those is what I was kind of shooting for.
Good job.
There's some backhands with the pistol grip. Again, this part comes pretty natural. The reason why I like this concept over my style of pinhold backhand is sometimes I play traditional pinhold and sometimes play the reverse. Well, younger players don't have to worry about this. They play the reverse pinhold all the time, which is the more aggressive backhand like that. But when I play traditional pinhold backhand, there's times when I have indecision of which shot to play, hence wanting to try this, I suppose you could say, more modern approach. Here I come over the ball. I really turn my wrist over. Still not sure if that's ideal or not, but I kind of felt like that was a rolling shot. So here I'm going to, this is backspin again. I'm going to just kind of go down the line, and that whole bend the wrist back to play the down the line versus the shot before his cross court felt really easy. So I do like that aspect of it. Bad push there, and he makes me pay.
Oh, no.
Trying a little touch shot there, trying to drop that short as best I could. Here's another loop. Reverse backspin. Starting to slowly figure it out. You know, it's the second time ever hitting with it, so I do see progress. I can see the potential there. This video's starting to wind down, so I'll kind of finish with my thoughts there. But yeah, feels a lot like shake hand, just with the head slightly down. Back to playing pinhold here. Here, so there's a pinhold. That's a bad strategic play there. Anybody else would smoke that bad play. That's a little bit better, but yeah, I'm not sure which one I'll play with more. I am intrigued by the potential of the pistol grip. It's my gut reaction is it's not that far off from standard shake hand. Anyways, thanks for watching.